I think we can count on one hand how many times I've actually attacked with my commander. Like I said, we are extremely overdue for it to do anything ever. It's been like 2 hours, so... And it dies. Alright. Excellent. So, as I'm to understand this commander, it can seek lands, which makes me want to have even less lands in my deck. But I'm pretty sure it can seek lands, because lands are not sharks. Lands are not sharks, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it can find lands, which means I want less than 40 lands. Also, blue-red tempo nonsense. So everything costing, 3 and down is probably very ideal. These are the exceptions. Anything with channel can put a counter on this because it discards itself when it channels. So that works. Any draw discard like Malcolm or Faithless Looting works. Madness spells as well, but there's not a lot of Madness cards. I think there's only 2 that I found that are worth running. So there's only like 2 Madness cards. It's a pirate, so you can play like this thing. It's not a wizard. If it was a wizard, life would be a lot better, but it's not. And Blood Moon and Winter Moon seem like the good tempo nonsense. Blood Moon probably closer to just game-ending nonsense than tempo, but... And draw discard nonsense. So let's go. A bunch of nonsense. A whole bunch of nonsense. Or is that the red one? Alright, we won. Look at that. We won and I wasn't even looking at the screen. 1-0. Alright, we're 2-0. We're 2-0. Yep, whatever. So, my commander is actually a huge problem. I'm swinging. I mean, this should work. It does. Okay, we found a way to swing. Found a way to get to our turn. Okay. We're dancing on a knife's edge right now, for sure. I already played my land, right? Yeah. I think it's fine discarding that. Like, just getting rid of it anyway. So... I can make a treasure token, but that doesn't... I'm surprised I'm up against Brawl. Okay. It says a 2-minute draw to, but I can just mill it and essentially draw an extra card for 1 less mana. So I can give this a bunch of damage, but that doesn't seem productive mana-wise. That's fine. And I'm passing again. I guess we do want both the Delve cards. Okay, that wins the game if it resolves, essentially. There's not much I can do about it, though. I can't steal sharks. Not really. Sure. What did they discard for that? Narset and Jace. Okay. No, silly me. Bedlam Reveler. Well, I can actually cast it, but I don't really know what that accomplishes. My hand would just sort of go away. Okay, good sign, good sign. I will not cast a spell here. Alright, so now all we have to do is really defend our commander. But they have more spells, I'm sure, which, you know, leads to a wall of sharks. Yeah, casting a removal spell doesn't accomplish anything. They'll just counter it. Yep. I'm going to play this land. Okay. Yep. Yes! Oh, we did it! Oh, man, I just trampled Brawl. Oh, boy. I thought that Winter Moon was going to completely fry me. I really did. But it didn't. I thought... When this resolved, I'm like, oh... 2-minute win the game. But it didn't. Wow. Yeah, so if I did play spells, they can cast counters, and then sharks, and then we're, like, not actually accomplishing anything. Yeah, why can't you steal it? Yeah. I thought mine's been stolen before. I've, like, literally had it happen. To me. I don't know. I don't, Yeah. Yeah, it stays on the stack. It doesn't, like, move around, and then you can, do stuff. Well, we didn't lose to Anger of the Gods. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of not losing to that one. Is this the counterable one? It is. Opponent demolishes my mountain. There is no world in which I care about that. Do I want this wash away? I think I actually do. Let's get rid of Gamble. I can't cast it. There's also a really good chance I find a Lagadid. So I'll name Pirate in case bad stuff happens. I know it's the card to discard, but I mean, I can't do that. Spiteful Banditry for 1 sweeps my entire board. Alright. Alright. Not very likely to work out too well. I think we can count on one hand how many times I've actually attacked with my commander. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, spaghetti noodles. I think I'm gonna cast this pre-combat. And just get rid of that thing here. I like the rest of my hand, actually. Casting just the wind is actually something I envision us doing. Alright, so 3 is not a safe number, but there was no way to go to 4. What is this actually? Draw 4 when you do... My opponent's card is just better than mine because it's a wizard. Okay. Wow. The goal to not swing at my Planeswalker is nuts. Nope, never mind. Have a good rest of the stream? Well, I mean, I'm trying. Don't you tell me what to do. I'll have as bad as a time as I want. I think I'm always plussing. Let's get rid of this at this point. Cast Jace. Okay. Alright. Well, apparently they had options. Who knows what those options looked like. But I do not feel bad about this. Maybe my commander is more likely to stay alive? Looks like they have some kind of Mox, Chrome Mox maybe? I don't want to get rid of any card in my hand, which makes this kind of awkward. I really don't want to get rid of any of these, so... One can argue that you still loot regardless. I think that's probably a reasonable take. Okay, yep, it was a reasonable take. It's like Smuggler's Copter with the perfect hand. Just loot. Just do it anyways. Still do it. This would be the greatest turn for a commander play, but unfortunately they have 5. If ever I wanted to give my opponent a land, it would be right now. The heck is this do? Okay, sure. Yeah, they definitely have a Mox. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, draw. So, Brainstorm... Actually, we can start with DRC? Urtai Scorn is a card, and it has relevant text on it. Spell Pierce, not so much, and neither is this Tome. Actually, I do like the Tome. But I like all the other cards. Like, if I can only have 3 cards, it's going to be these 3. Maybe not. What if I did this? Like that. And then I played this. Okay, life is difficult right now, so I think I'm going to just attack, see what I find. You know what? I should have done this pre-combat, or post-combat. Still struggling to figure out life. I think we're going to do that. Get our Scorn. Okay, so it didn't matter. We found a way to do it. And now we can just pass. I'm going to take a risk and play this because I know Spell Pierce is here and I don't want it. Okay. I'm going to take that gamble and just run this out. I have to, like, win the game, so... This would be perfect turn for Commander, which I kind of don't expect. What is the ultimate? Is it an 8? It's at 8. Alright, I'm not terribly concerned about the ultimate, though. Sink into Stupor. Alright, of all the things that could have happened, that's fine. Am I blocking? No. No, I'm not. Alright, I'd rather not lose to Ral. I also should be mana efficient. A land is actually fine. Land is fine. We still know about Mox. Always casting my commander. Don't want to get rid of any card in my hand. Push damage? I think pushing damage here is actually reasonable. Do I equip this? I do. I'm never playing Bedlam Reveler. I can tap a red. Okay. And we just pass. They can't kill my commander. Or, I keep calling Planeswalkers commanders. Keep doing it. They can't kill my Planeswalker. Alright, that is full stop uncounterable. Have absolutely no idea what I could possibly do at this point. Certainly isn't drawing lands. Does that help? It's one off from killing this, because of course it is. There is no reason to do anything. Alright. I can poke Chandra. I don't know what that does, though. First Strike and Trample doesn't do anything. Hand looks kind of ugly. So... Bedlam Reveler? I draw Steaming Hot Garbage, of course. Found a way to kill Chandra. Doesn't really solve most of my issues, but whatever. Do I play this land? Probably? Yeah, I play the land. Okay. I'm gonna keep the Bedlam Reveler instead of Royal Scions, if my opponent gives me the option. Because it draws cards nonetheless. So. Alright. Curiosity. Swing. Could have pushed one more damage had I done this pre-combat. I can push damage now, actually. Sure. Ragavan. Always playing Monument, but do I play Ragavan? I don't think so. I think I just play Bone Crusher. So, Faithless Looting is 6 here. We're close to killing them, but not quite. I don't think they can swing, but they did just hop right into combat, which they have not done yet this game. But I don't believe there's an attack. There is an attack, so probably 3 extra turns in a row? Kind of spells? Is that what's going on here? No, nope. I currently, in no way, shape, or form, agree with this attack of the Archmage. Dash Ragavan? If I play Sprite Dragon, that is lethal, if it works. Okay, I'm gonna cast it. They only have 2 mana, so... Sure. If they counter Faithless Looting, I am doomed. 4, 5, 6... What? Why did they not block? So if they... Hold on, I'm confused. Huh? Wait, what? Okay. Sure. Okay. This deck doesn't seem like it cares about tokens. This is a very strange card, in my opinion, but I'm just doing stuff here. Still weird. So, I'm always casting my commander, right? Yeah. Like I said, we are extremely overdue for it to do anything ever. It's been like 2 hours, so... And it dies. Alright. Excellent. Okay. I don't know what to say. I just, like, I can't play cards. Everything I do is just answered. I don't know what to tell you. Everyone's just 100% prepared for everything I could even mentally, minutely process attempting to do, so... Well, they didn't play a 4-5, so that's pretty cool, I guess. No way, chat. We actually swung with our commander. Absolutely insane. I unfortunately drew a card I'd like to keep, but I can't do anything about that, so... Well, you can't do nothing. Okay, well then I'll just do nothing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It just looks weird to me. I feel like I'm winning this draw-go game for a multitude of reasons. Okay. They got Prince thingy, but doesn't do anything with Snapcaster. Okay. Am I winning this? I feel like this back and forth is favoring me heavily. So I'm a bit confused. But who knows? Who truly knows? Volcanic Spite. Does that change anything? No, not really. Not in my book. Yep. I'm just not interested in casting anything. I just don't want to cast anything. Alright, that doesn't cut it. I think I will Flame of Alnor this turn cycle. Maybe? Oh, it looks like I'll actually have something to counter, though. Exile target artifact thingy. Alright, so here. I will cast Flame of Alnor and draw 2. Blood Moon. That is devastating here. So we actually got a Blood Moon. So red, there, and here. Oh, we gotta pay one more. Okay. I will not cast Opt. Alright, so they have only 2 blue sources and no white sources. No, they have 3 blue sources, the Chrome Mox. But notably, there's no white mana. Brotherhood Spaghetti Noodles, I don't care. And we probably win from the second deal 3. Let's see if they pay for this. Alright, we win. Nice. Oh wait, we don't just instantly win. Hold on, I lied. Is there any way to kill my opponent with this card? Currently not. Also, it looks like YouTube finally exploded on me. So I apologize for that. It's one-off lethal. I was incorrect. We did not have lethal. I kind of want to blow up the... I think I will blow this up. Alright. Yeah. What cost would Ristic be if it didn't have a... Oh, jeez. I don't know. That's a good question. Couldn't tell you. Alright, don't do weird things that I can't comprehend. Alright, that's... Okay. Sure, let's name Pirate. Let's go here. Well, that's kind of funny. Alright, we are pretty vulnerable here. But we'll see what happens. Opponent has one of the best cards in their deck, in their opener. If not the best card. No, the new one. The new one that draws cards every time it does stuff is probably better at this point. Alright, can I beat what just happened? Okay. I think I'm gonna cast Ristic Study. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. If they don't have Cavernous Souls, we win this damage race, so... Actually, maybe getting rid of Ristic Study was better than getting rid of Commandeer. Alright, chat, we made a huge mistake? No, we didn't. Wait a minute, this doesn't work. It just dies. Hold on, we didn't make a mistake at all. They get a bunch of tapped treasure tokens. Okay, thought we made a mistake, but nope. All is good. Strangle is nice. I like Strangle here. Oh, that's even better, actually. Okay. Actually, no. I don't want to not discard that to my commander, so... Bloop. And then we just leave up stuff. I also like the max hand size issue we have here. It lets me discard again for my commander. Alright, we have soundly done stuff. This does not have reach. I can let that resolve, though I don't have to. Alright, yeah. I guess this is okay. It's as good as it's gonna get for mono black removal, I guess. Target opponent loses their hand, chooses artifact or creature. That whiffs completely. Amazonian. Wonder Woman? You've done me no favors. I don't know. I can't help you. Alright. I don't expect my commander to live, but that is fine. I still have nothing else to do this turn, so... Still have nothing else to do. I wouldn't... No, I kind of would have something to do if I untapped here. With my commander. Alright, looks like they're thinking about what removal to use. Not sure. Apparently nothing? That's a little unbelievable. Do I cast this Ristic Study? This early? I think I absolutely do cast Ristic Study here. I know it's ironic in the face of Shieldred, but... I mean... I'm not convinced I'm going to save my commander through 2 removal spells. Especially when they just did nothing, when they could have done something there. So, I think just Ristic Study card advantage is a good idea here. Opponent gets rid of Meat Hook Massacre, which would have killed my commander, so... Interesting. Amy the Amazonian. Alright, I got both chats saying it. I'm going to assume that's one of the content creators. I know Legend VD, because chat talks about Legend VD. I don't know Amazonian. I don't watch Magic Arena content. I play way too much Magic Arena to watch other people play it. Does this take the Firebrand? She's a titan of the industry? Alright, I believe it. So, Mountain, kill... Swing... Probably could have seen what I drew first. Tragic. And pass. Well, I'm not... I play too much Magic Arena. There's no way I'm watching someone else play it. I'm not gonna do that. I play way too much of it, and then I have to spend twice as much time editing, and then I also play when I'm not streaming. Like, it's too much. That's just way too much. I don't have the I can't do that. Mediterranean is actually really good here. I think no, I want to discard the land. Maybe not. Alright, I guess not. Alright. Once in my life, let me hit you. Thank you. Just once. Just once. Probably exile Ox instead? I'm really looking for a... like anything here. There's still no reason to play Mox. There's just no reason. Yeah, we're definitely in Mythic rank right now. I don't know what I've done, but... Spell piercing a Cultivate feels great. Actually, do I? Maybe I don't spell pierce anything unless it stops my creatures. Like, I don't care about that. Yes! We beat Golos! I could have curiosity. No. Alright, Malcolm. You've never attacked yet, so now's your time. Chat, I made a mistake. No, I didn't. I have to leave up the crab. I did not make a mistake. What? Okay. Oh, wow. Interesting. Well, we might actually get that monument back, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, I did not expect to be able to do this. They actually can't swing at me. Lightning bolt? Chat, opponent made a grave mistake. Alright. I can't really punish them, though. Is this a wizard? No, it's a pirate. Not sure what we do long term, though. I forgot to crack the clue token. That's my bad. Whoops. Okay, arguably never punished. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. Okay. Their commander is an artifact. I literally have never won a flip with that card. It's actually insane. I've cast it like 10 times. It's kind of nuts. Maybe I'm just not designed. Maybe I am not wired for it. I'm gonna swing before I don't swing, so... I don't believe there's much merit in casting this right now, so I'll just pass. Yep, Blood Moon would be good. I can make my opponent lose life. Is that better than drawing? Probably. Although, arguably not. No, I'm actually going to... I'm going to draw. Yeah, that works out. That worked out quite nicely. If I win this game, I'm going to be kind of blown away. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's not me losing the game. I won the game. I won the game. I can't believe that. Oh, I went to the wrong way. Oh. Bro, just like, it's been just like 3 hours of my commander dying, and then I can't play the game. I'm so drained. This commander was so draining. It died every game. Not every game, obviously, but it died in so many games. Even on the play, it died so many games. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to mulligan for Chrome Mox or Mox Amber every game and have infinite 1-mana protection spells, but... it was rough. It played against Golos, it played against... No, it didn't see Sithis, I guess. But it saw all half of the tier 1 roster. I don't know why. I think there's better blue-red tempo, you know, Delver's Secrets, spell-slingy nonsense commanders. I think there's just better ones than this. I'm not confident that this is one of the better ones. It might be, but I just don't believe it is. Like, if you look at all the... Oh, shoot, I broke it. If you look at all the 2-mana, like, tempo creatures that are... I guess even planeswalkers, actually. That are legendary. I like Balmor. I like... I don't like this thing. There's the blue-red pirate, whose the names elude to me. I actually don't like this one. Yeah, Royal Silence is good. Vadrik is excellent. I don't know. I just... Actually, having just looked at the available options, maybe it is one of the better ones. Maybe it is, just because there's not a lot of them. Oh, it actually surprises me. Still doesn't feel like it belongs playing against the strongest things in the format. But for some odd reason, we were completely and utterly all over the place. Sometimes I was playing the best things in the game, and other times I was playing against, like, someone's random homebrew Hydra deck. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Maybe alchemy cards are just, like, homeless, and they don't know where to place them, so they just roll the dice every time you hit the Q button. But that, unfortunately, when considering what you should play, and, you know... Rating a commander, you must take into consideration what you play against, and this plays against the strongest things while also sometimes not. So I guess I'll rate it half as much. It loses half of the rating that it would get from its matchups because half the time it didn't see them. When it died, I didn't necessarily feel like I was losing the game on the spot, but plenty of games did feel like that was the case. I thought adding Rhystic Study would, because we're that blue-red tempo thing, it could be annoying for your opponent to pay for Rhystic Study while also curving out to stop you, and it makes things like Spell Pierce and even Miscast, although I wasn't running that one, better. Just the soft counters get way better with things like Rhystic Study, and we're already doing that kind of thing. I think Delver of Secrets, and honestly DRC to an extent, are not really historic Brawl cards, right? Like that kind of thing is tempoing your opponent very quickly like that in that way is very difficult. I would argue you're probably better off going mono red and just blitzing excuse me, blitzing them with some kind of Ragavan strategy, because again, you're seeing the best matchups anyways. So maybe Ragavan or one of the other mono red beatdown things, or black red beatdown or whatever. So the beatdown strategy, it's outshined by things that already exist. And when it comes to tempoing people in this format, especially a format that is kind of on the end of being a bit slower, right, than your typical formats, tempoing people is hard. I didn't really have any game. I mean, yeah, throughout all this playing, I really didn't see a lot of situations where I was able to just kill an early mana dork. I think it's just me being unlucky. I don't believe there was a single game where I killed a mana dork with a burn spell. At least not early, where it would be extremely impactful to do that, right? You can even look at these as like land destruction, where killing your opponent's Llanowar Elves is essentially blowing up a land, and that is insanely significant. But it didn't really happen. It didn't really happen. Now, I will say the green matchups where they didn't have like a bunch of blue counter spells or efficient black removal or whatever felt like pretty solid matchups anyways. So all of the burn spells on Llanowar Elves in like mono green something aren't as useful as they may seem. I think tempoing over the top of the Mandadorks is actually just fine. So maybe all of this was wrong, right? All these 1 minute burn spells. Probably, or to some degree, maybe wrong. If it wasn't for DRC milling, then it's absolutely wrong. It does have that saving grace where I could just bin stuff for my Delve cards like Bedlam Reveler, Ox, Treasure Cruise. So, I mean, I like it for that, but it as a 3-1, that's alright, I guess. I mean, even in this format, I don't know why we have the Alchemy version. It's fine as a 3-3 in this. It's perfectly fine as a 3-3 in Historic Brawl, but it just gets splash damage from other formats where it's a 3-1. Not super noticeable, not a very big deal, though. The draw discard clause of my, like, that kind of thing. I took out the Madness cards. Right. The two I had weren't great. Fiery Temper was the notable one, and I never found it off of this, and I do have some draw discard, but the only time I ever cast it, it was just a 3-mana lightning bolt. I don't know, it really didn't feel great. This kind of thing, I think, needs Force of Negation, Force of Will, and stuff like that. What's the other one? Guardian Project? Whatever the thing is where it's like a free negate if you control a commander. That would be nice too. You just need extremely cheap interaction that lets you use your mana for other things. It's so difficult to get this to do anything. I'm actually kind of disappointed it doesn't have haste. If Wizards thinks this is good against Sithis, then it should have haste. Like, You know, picture yourself in the Sithis matchup, which you should, because apparently it can play against it. You play this, your opponent plays Sithis, you don't kill Sithis immediately, you probably lose, right? It's not even close. Same with Keenan. Same with Rusko. Rusko doesn't actually even have to enter play for it to be a bad matchup. And Cavern of Souls is not going to save you. Cavern of Souls saved me against one game. I think it was Brawl, right? Another one of those commanders. I think, yeah, we played against Brawl, and it did save us as best as it could. So that was nice. We don't actually exploit mana drain really at all in this kind of deck. Everything is pretty color heavy, color intense, and it only generates colorless. So not one of the stronger mana drain decks. It's still a 2-mana counterspell, and there's no reason losing my voice. No reason not to play it. Chrome Mox also, I don't believe, was very enticing. With the amount of draw discard we have, though, it's okay to run it, I think. You could just simply get rid of it if you don't need it. And I think we needed it less than we would have wanted to just discard it. So take that for what you will. But we wanted to get rid of it more than actually cast it. So maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's wrong because of that. Winged Words was never cast, I don't think. I still kind of like it, though. It's not, like, bad. Royal Scions is awesome. This was really cool. I don't normally get to play with this card. I thought it was... I mean, this is the perfect deck for it, right? Thank goodness chat said something about Monument, because I would not have ran this. This is really good. That was a very good card. Didn't get to truly scam people with Winter Moon, Blood Moon, though. Can't do it every time. Generating tokens off of Pyromancer and the other one, my Arcanoclast. Not where the format is, right? Where you're creating 1/1s. There are an insane amount of scenarios where making a bunch of 1/1s off of a 2-drop is not good. Right? Like, even if you have infinite counterspells for board wipes, having not 15, but having like 5 1/1s is not really turning the tides of battle, right? You're probably still winning if you were winning. You're probably still losing if you were losing. I don't believe 1/1s are really changing most scenarios. But I just felt like it worth trying because I wanted to go super into the blue-red tempo kind of thing. Again, Delver's Secrets, I think, is completely off the table. You could probably play Delver as a 3/2 on turn 1 every single game and probably not have that do much, right? Like, Historic Brawl doesn't really care about a 1-mana 3/2. It really doesn't. So, can't really recommend it. I don't know, 2 out of 10? I don't think 2 out of 10 is right. Maybe like 4 out of 10? I'd say like a 4 out of 10 is closer to where I would rate this. I think that's a little bit closer. Just because half the time you're not stuck playing against the best commanders. Don't know why, but probably 2 out of 10. Honestly, maybe even... Okay, not 1 out of 10. Not 1 out of 10. Probably 2 or 3 out of 10 if it was against only the best commanders. But I'll give it like a 4.5, 4-ish out of 10 because it doesn't. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. This was a very exhausting commander because it died so much. Oh man, it died so much. Even on the play, Alright.